Imagine writing in your diary the exact day you'll die. And then, it actually happens. The crack of a match. A flicker of flame. A candle burns low in a bedroom corner. On the desk an open notebook. A teenage girl's handwriting, looping and hurried. Frozen on one chilling sentence. October 13th. That's the night it happens, my last night. Meet Emily Carver, 17. A quiet girl with long black hair that always fell into her eyes. Her classmates at Ridgeway High called her the Oracle. Not because she was popular, not because she wanted attention, but because she predicted things. A fire drill before it happened. A pop quiz before the teacher even announced it. Her best friend's breakup, word for word before he confessed it. Everyone joked about it. But Emily didn't laugh. Because every prediction left her pale, trembling. As if she hadn't just guessed but seen it. Her world. A small suburban town with quiet streets. Where houses leaned too close together. And the autumn winds rattled loose shutters like skeletal fingers. Looks safe. Normal. But inside Emily's notebook, the shadows had already started writing her story. Emily's best friend was Claire Mitchell, the loud one. All neon scrunchies and laughter that bounced off the lockers. If Emily was night, Claire was day. They balanced each other. Until Emily began whispering strange things. Don't go to the football game Friday. Something bad will happen. Claire laughed it off. Until the bleachers collapsed that night, injuring 6 students. Don't take the highway home, Emily murmured another time. Claire rolled her eyes. Until a jackknifed truck caused a 12-car pileup on that same stretch of road. Claire's laughter faded. She stopped teasing Emily. And one October afternoon, she asked the question everyone else was too scared to say. Emily, how do you know these things? Emily's voice was barely audible. Because I see them. I dream them. And sometimes I write them down. That's when Claire saw it. Its black leather cover worn, the corners frayed. Inside, page after page of predictions, some crossed out, some underlined, all marked with dates. One page froze her breath. Friday, October 13th. My death. Claire laughed nervously. You're kidding, right? But Emily's wide, unblinking eyes told her otherwise. That night, Emily's mother, Margaret Carver, found her daughter staring at the notebook, hands clutching it like scripture. Honey, it's just your imagination. You always had a flair for the dramatic. But Margaret remembered when Emily was 7, drawing a picture of the neighbor's house engulfed in flames. 2 days later, it burned to the ground. Margaret blew out the candle and whispered a prayer. But Emily's words echoed in the dark. It's not imagination, Mom. It's a countdown. The week crept forward. Each day Emily grew quieter, her skin paler, her eyes always darting to the calendar. Claire tried everything. Jokes, sleepovers, even ripping out pages of the notebook. But Emily just rewrote them, word for word, like she was transcribing something already decided. By Thursday, whispers spread through Ridgeway High. Emily says she's going to die tomorrow. Some laughed. Others watched her from a distance, uneasy, as though standing too close might drag them into her curse. Even the teachers avoided her gaze. That night, a storm rolled in. Lightning cracked over the rooftops. And Emily, sitting by her window, scribbled one last chilling line. Tomorrow, the shadows take me. Friday morning, October 13th. Emily didn't come to school. By afternoon, police cars idled outside the Carver house. Neighbors whispered behind curtains. Claire raced over, heart pounding. She found Margaret in tears. She's gone, her mother sobbed. Emily's gone. But the window upstairs was open. The curtains swayed in the storm wind. On the desk, the notebook, its last page smeared, as though someone had written in a hurry, then dragged their hand across the ink. Claire leaned closer. The words sent her stumbling back. If you're reading this, it's already too late. Claire clutched the notebook, her fingers trembling against its damp cover. Outside, thunder shook the sky. Inside, the words pulsed like a heartbeat. If you're reading this, it's already too late. But Emily wasn't there. Her bed was perfectly made, her shoes still by the door, her phone on the nightstand, buzzing with unanswered messages. Only the notebook remained. Claire flipped backward through the pages. The predictions ran like a timeline of dread, some written weeks before the events, others crossed out, rewritten, as though Emily had been bargaining with something unseen. And then Claire noticed the margins. Tiny scrawls, barely visible. Sentences that looked nothing like Emily's neat handwriting. Jagged, uneven, as if written in the dark. She belongs to us. The pen bleeds what the shadows whisper. Do not resist. Claire's breath caught. This wasn't a diary. It was a contract. A low creak pulled her gaze to the corner. The candle Emily had left on the desk flickered. Its flame bent sideways, as if something invisible had exhaled. And then, the shadow moved. Not hers. Not Margaret's in the hallway. But something else. A figure, long, bent, with arms too thin, stretching across the wall, reaching for the notebook in her hands. Claire dropped it, stumbling back. The shadow paused, shivered, then melted into the crack beneath the bed. Claire ran down the stairs, out into the storm. But she didn't leave empty-handed. The notebook had fallen open, a page flapping like a living thing. The words etched deep. October 13th. The shadow takes two. Her stomach dropped. Not one. And below it, scribbled in that jagged alien hand, the witness must follow. The wind howled as Claire realized. It wasn't just Emily's fate written inside. It was hers too. Police searched the woods. Drones scanned the fields. But not a single trace of Emily appeared. Meanwhile, Claire couldn't escape the notebook. No matter where she hid it, under her bed, in her locker, even buried in the backyard. It returned. On her desk in the morning. In her backpack at school. Once. Even beneath her pillow when she woke in the night. And always the writing continued. Not in her hand, but in that other one. October 13th. The shadow waits at the bridge. That night, Claire found herself standing at the old Ridgeway Bridge. The wind cut cold through the cracks in the wood. Below, the river churned black, swollen with storm water. She hadn't meant to go. She'd tried to sleep. But the whispers wouldn't stop. From the notebook, from her mirror, even from her own shadow, stretching long across the floor. Now here she was, alone. Or not alone. Because on the bridge's center stood Emily. Her hair soaked from the rain. Her eyes hollow. Her lips moving in silent words. Emily! Claire cried. Her voice broke against the thunder. Emily turned, her face pale as moonlight. And in her hands, she clutched the notebook, pages whipping in the storm. It wants you too, she whispered. I tried to fight it, Claire. I thought if I wrote it down, maybe it would only take me. But it doesn't stop. It never stops. The bridge groaned beneath their feet. The shadows around them lengthened, curling up the posts, stretching from beneath the boards, closing in like grasping fingers. Claire rushed forward, grabbing Emily's arms. Then burn it. Destroy it. Emily's tears mixed with rain. I tried. It won't die. The notebook's pages flared, glowing faintly with words that seemed alive. And as Claire watched, her own name began to carve itself across the paper. Suddenly, Emily shoved the book into Claire's hands. Take it. Maybe if you carry it, maybe it'll let me go. The moment Claire touched it, a scream split the night. Not from Emily, not from her, but from the notebook itself. The shadows surged, ripping across the bridge. Boards snapped. The river roared, rising high as if to swallow them whole. And then Emily smiled. For the first time in months she looked free. She whispered, "It only needs one." Before Claire could move, Emily stepped backward and vanished into the storm. The bridge shattered. The notebook burned in Claire's hands, ink bleeding like blood, words searing into her skin. When she woke on the riverbank, the book was gone, but her palm bore a mark, a jagged black line like handwriting. The town never found Emily's body. Some said she ran away. Others whispered she drowned. But Claire knew the truth, because the writing didn't stop. Every morning, new words appeared on her walls, her mirror, her skin. Whispers of accidents, deaths, tragedies yet to come. And every time she tried to ignore them, they still came true. Just like Emily, just like the notebook. And on the final page, written in that jagged, otherworldly hand, Claire read the words that froze her soul. Your story has only just begun. Sometimes fate isn't written in the stars, but in the ink that bleeds from the dark. And if you ever find a notebook that seems to know too much, don't open it, because once you read the words, the shadows are already watching.